What's going on, YouTube fam? It's that time of the year again where everybody kind of start putting together their top pickups for the year. And I narrowed down my list to the top 10 pickups of the year. And before I go over my list and my top 10 pickups, do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button for me and click the notification bell. That way, anytime I upload new material, I post new content, you guys will be notified. If you're on social media, give me a follow at IMTMCII, and we just kind of just cut it there, man. Just introduce you guys and welcome you newcomers to the channel. But let's dive right into it. So these shoes you see right here, these are actually like honorable mentions. These didn't actually make my top 10 list, but I like to always include like a few shoes that I picked up that still were meaningful but didn't quite make it to, me narrowing it down to the top 10. And I wanted to do more than that, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna really challenge myself and just keep it strictly to top 10 shoes that I really like the most and picked up this year. So these are just a handful of other sneakers that I picked up that I really like, but none of these actually made the list, but I feel like they were worth mentioning because they were still kind of dope drops and releases, collaborations, or whatever you want to call it. So I just wanted to kind of show you some of the kicks that didn't make the list, but these were still some pickups from the year that I really thought were worth mentioning. So show you guys these really quick, go over them, and we're gonna get ready to start this countdown. Coming up at number 10, let's dive right into it. All right, coming in at number 10 is your City Market Nike Dunk Lows. I feel like this is one of those dunks that kind of flew under the radar. There wasn't a lot of buzz or hype behind these. I guess because it wasn't a collaboration, but I thought these were really dope. Just all the different materials that they used on here, kind of from the different bean bag and kind of like that wicker material that you see at some of the markets. And then it came with this, it had this little pouch up top and had like a little grocery bag for when you go into the markets and all that stuff. I thought that this was a really dope shoe. Like I said, I just feel like these just kind of flew under the radar to me. All the different materials and everything on here, I just really like this dunk. I actually wore this one a few times this year, and like I said, when I put these on, it draws attention to your feet, and this was a really clean dunk to me. Like I said, I just think this was one that a lot of people forgot about and just kind of flew under the radar, but it made my list. Barely made the list, but it came in at number 10 on the list, and this is the City Market Nike Dunk Low. And this was number 10, you guys. All right, coming in at number 9 goes to the Nike Dunk and OffWhite collaboration, the 50. Although this isn't one shoe, this is actually 4 shoes. It's the thought of, Virgil and OffWhite and Nike dropping like 50 different versions of a Nike Dunk. I thought that was insane. And that just goes to show you how much of a hard worker that Virgil was, to know that he was, dealing and battling with health issues and still just producing and giving, every day 100% effort. That just says a lot of his character and who he was. Rest in peace to Virgil. Definitely will be missed. But here you guys go, man. At number 9, this goes to the OffWhite collection with the Nike collaboration. They had a whole campaign going saying if you interact with the app, you'll be able to get access to these, and they didn't drop these on the sneakers app like regular. They just gave random access for over a course of a few weeks, and you just didn't know what shoe you were getting. You just had to luckily get selected for random access, and then the shoe show up at your door. So once I found out interacting with the app don't really help or do anything, I just started downloading the app and putting it on multiple Apple devices, and lo and behold, I started getting access, and I was able to get lot 14, 19, 21, and 15. So here you guys go, man. Like I said, rest in peace again to Virgil, and this is number 9 on the list. I just thought that these were real dope. How they did it seemed like the odd set of numbers, and like the first 10 were either like all leather, and then the next 10 would be suede and leather, and it just kept kind of alternating all the way to 50. So I thought that was pretty cool. So like you get 10 of them with leather and canvas, then the next 10 would be suede and leather, then it'll go back to leather and canvas. I just thought that was cool, something real dope. it's a real dope shoe to me. I love dunks, love off-white. And here you go, man. This is number 9. Coming in at number 8 goes to the Yeezy 450. This is the cloud white colorway. They had 2 other colorways. I have all 3, but I just think that this silhouette is eye-catching, and Kanye continues to push the envelope and think outside the box and just drop some kind of sneakers that's going to draw attention to your feet, and he continues to do that. And I always was a huge fan of, you know, his way of thinking and him just always being odd and just always being a little bit different. I'm also a fan of wearing sneakers and kicks that draws attention to your feet, and ever since Kanye left Nike and went with Adidas, it seemed like that's the route he's continuing to go. Seeing some of the boots he's been dropping, sneakers, slides, and everything. He definitely doesn't want his product looking like something that's already out in the market. So I had to toss these on the list. As soon as I saw pictures of these, I immediately fell in love with them. And like I said, this is like definitely a hate or love shoe. You either like it or you like 100% against it. And I think this same goes for like that foam runner. You know, maybe some people will start to warm up to the shoe eventually if you see the right outfit or the right colorway. But as soon as I saw these and saw pictures, I was a fan immediately. So these definitely had to make the countdown. And here you guys go. These are number 8 on the list, the Yeezy 450. This is the cloud white colorway. All right, coming in at number 7 goes to the Para SBs. These are the abstract art. The Dutch artist Pete Para, he did it again. He collaborated with Nike once again, and he put his signature inspiration and his design on the Nike SBs. He also did some stuff for the Olympics. Skateboarding was an Olympic sport this year, and this was one of the items that he designed. And I just thought that these were really clean when they came out. Like I always mention and keep mentioning, anything that have that crazy exotic colorway or just look to it that'll draw some attention to your feet is something that always draws my eye to the shoes. And then they went with like a weird like material. This is like a suede, like a light suede. It's not really leather. Feels like a suede or nubuck on here. So only thing with these, they'll get a little bit dirty, but I'm not sure how the cleaning process is gonna go with these. And I also believe as you wear these, you can, you know, this has some tearaway material that unveils some stuff underneath it. I don't really skateboard like that, and I probably won't rip them all up, but I have seen some people who kind of cut this off to unveil what's underneath it. So, you know, seeing these, I thought that these was real clean. It's good to see that Nike SB and the Nike Dunks are really staying back, you know, staying ahead of a lot of things in the game right now. I remember there was a time when SBs had kind of fell off and a lot of people wasn't really into SBs and Dunks. So it's good to see that a lot of people are starting to show love to SBs once again. But here you go, man. I thought that these were real clean, and these definitely had to make the list for me. One of the cleanest SBs to release this year, in my opinion. All right, coming in at number 6 goes to the women's Meniere Jordan 3. These are the Raised by Women collaboration with James Whitner and Jordan brand, and these are a very clean shoe. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people put this as shoe of the year for them. Me personally, the Jordan 3 isn't one of my favorite silhouettes, first off, so I kind of get that disclaimer out there. And you know, even though it's a dope shoe, I feel like it's really plain. The story, however, it is really dope. You know, hearing James Whitner's story and, you know, being raised by a woman, I thought that these were really clean, and they had the potential to make it higher up on my list. But there were just shoes that were a little bit higher with more sentimental value and just things that I like that you know, that made me put a few more other sneakers ahead of this one. And like I said, had I been a female, then yeah, this is probably the top female release of the year. But being a male, and knowing that these were like intentionally really for females, you know, James, he made larger sizes obviously, but you know, this was really to kind of give the women and the females something out there, to kind of like the OffWhite 4s last year. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, it's really simple. It's really clean, but it does have that vintage look. They stripped away that elephant print. It's something that we don't normally see on here. The boxing and everything was dope, but I don't know. Once I saw this, and I felt like a lot of people was crowning this shoe of the year a little bit early, and to me, I have it at 6. You know, it's you know, I know I'll probably get a lot of backlash or a lot of comments down at the bottom about this and where I ranked it, but you know, this is my stance on it. You know, so it's the Meniere Jordan 3, but they came in at number 6 on my list. All right, coming in at number 5 goes to the Desert Moss colorway of the Union Jordan collaboration on a Jordan 4. Just like when the Union 4s released last year, I was a huge fan of that. Kind of nostalgic to me, because I remember back in the day, like, they didn't have the tongue sewed down, but you know, cats really used to flip the tongue down on the Jordans to see the Air Jordan. And like, if you ever look at any of older J's, you'll notice that this is upside down. You know, if the tongue was up regular, though, to see that they did that and kind of paying nod to like some of the old heads and people who know how people used to rock the 4s way back in the day, and just some of the fashion trends that they used to do. I thought that was dope. This colorway is unique to me. I don't own many sneakers in this color kind of palette that's put together. You don't really see this much, and there's not much hype behind this colorway too, which is another reason why I actually like this one a lot. Just because, you know, it's a collaboration, sometimes seem like people just put a certain dollar value on it, but seem like of a lot of the Union 4 collaborations, I think this colorway in particular is probably going for the least amount of money, and that's cool with me because I actually like it. Like I said, I think it's odd, it's unique color, it's something different, you know, just to kind of draw your attention to your eyes, and it's just a whole unique look to me. Like I said, it's just something I just don't have anything this color. It's like a mustardy. It's a weird colorway, and I really like the colorway and like what they did with these. But here you guys go, man. This is number 5 on the list. All right, coming in at number 4 is your Nike Dunk. This is another collaboration with James Whitner and his boutique Social Status. And these are the free lunch program, and I thought that these were just incredible to me. Just all the different materials that you have on here. This is like a velvet. You got leather on the toe guard for here. This big gel-like swoosh. The whole inspiration with the free lunch program for kids who are less fortunate and the household don't make a certain income and they're on a free lunch program. The box, the packaging, I thought that these were really clean to me, and it has that whole inspiration, like the expiration date on the inside right here, the lunch ticket for on the tongue of the shoes. I don't know, I think this is really clean, and with it not being a high or mid, is also a silhouette that you don't see a lot. I just thought that these were clean, man. James Whitner has really nailed a lot of collaborations this year. Had the whole ingredients and stuff on the side, just like you would see like on any kind of food product or beverage. I thought that these were really clean. The whole inspiration and design on these was just sick, and these definitely were high on the list to me. And here you guys go, the free lunch program, Nike Dunk Social Status. All right, top 3, you guys. Thank you for sticking out and hanging around this long. I'm almost done, but coming in at number 3 goes to the Lightning 4s. And I know a lot of people might be questioning, what the hell, why is this shoe so high on your list? For one, this was like a GR, and a lot of people passed on these. I don't really care for them, maybe because it's a really light, bright shoe. But to me, I remember when these first released initially, and I remember a boutique having them. And in order to get these, they made you buy like the apparel and the Thunders with it. And this has been a grail of mine, and this has been a shoe that has been on my miss list and go back and cop list, whatever you want to call it, for so long. So for when I saw these release again and these were coming out, I had to have these by any means. So I'm so happy to finally like X a grail off my list and having a collection finally. And I think that these are so dope. The Jordan 4 is kind of one of my favorite silhouettes out the whole Jordan line. And like I said, of all your non-OG colorways that Mike never played in or haven't worn in the game, I think that these are like very, very high on my list as far as one of a non-OG grill. So to have these in the collection finally, these like really, really mean something to me for as a collector and somebody who's been into sneakers for so long. Because I remember wanting these so bad when they came out and just couldn't be able to get them, or not willing to pay the price for them, should I say. Like I said, I'm just happy to have these in the collection finally, and that's why they're so high on the list. It just got a special place for me in my whole sneaker history and story. So here you guys go, the Lightning 4s at number 3. All right, number 2 goes to the What the Paul Nike SBs. I just thought that when these came out and I saw pictures of these, I thought Nike just straight bodied this release. These remind me of like the original What the SBs that came out some years and years ago. And for them to take Paul Rodriguez, like 9 or so, it's like maybe a little more than 9 of his signature releases with Nike and toss them all on a pair of shoes. I thought that they really, really did a good job of keeping that what the theme going. Of all the Nike SBs to release this year, I think this is probably, to me at least, is like the hottest Nike SB to release in 2021. Like I said, I did a video and I went over each piece of the shoe to show you what signature shoe from Paul Rodriguez that Nike used to put this shoe together. And I just think that it's a really, really cool concept, and I like that they keep that what the theme going, and they really, really did it. Like I said, I want to say it's like maybe 9 or more different releases that they pulled from different shoes and put together to make this pair, and they did a really, really good job. They straight nailed these. This is a shoe that you wear and you want to be seen, because when you put this on your feet, it already looks mismatched, and there's just so much going on. And any true sneakerhead who just love to stand out when you're going somewhere, these are definitely the shoes to rock for an event, and these are gonna do it. So this is number 2, guys. Like I said, I think that this was a really, really, really well executed collaboration and design and shoe by Nike. And here you guys go. This is number 2 on the list. Stay tuned. Here comes number 1. All right, guys, coming in at number 1, we have the Meniere Jordan 1. So this is my shoe of the year, guys. And I feel like James Whitner and that group, they did a really good job. Just hearing his story behind going through the whole design process. They're calling these the airness, and they're kind of paying a nod and a tribute to talk about the resilience of growing up in a black community and the struggle that blacks deal with on a day-to-day basis from years ago even up until now. Going over, instead of using like your traditional leather, they use like cracked leather just to kind of show some of the strength and the resilience of blacks. He wanted to use like a burgundy color to reflect like blood, as in like family blood, and also seeing like blood shed with some of the crime and some of the stuff going on in Chicago where he grew up. I just thought that, him paying homage to just blacks and a lot of the stuff that the black community has to go through meant a lot. And, for Jordan Brand to continue to let him do stuff like that with the free lunch program and the Raised by Mothers and stuff, I think James Whitner and Meniere social status, just him alone, I think he definitely knocked a lot of collaborations and stuff out of the park this year, man. And I'm a huge fan of the Jordan 1 silhouette. It's probably one of my favorite Jordan silhouettes, one of my favorite silhouettes, period. I feel like this is something you could dress up, you can dress down. And I put these much higher than the 3s to me, mainly because I love 1s more than I love 3s, honestly. And just the story too. I mean, although the story being raised by a single mom, I get that, but like I said, I feel like the 3s, it was a woman's shoe. So had I been a woman, those probably would have been number 1 for me. But hearing a story and this being on a silhouette that I really love, and just you know, him having a little short film and a video about, you know, some of the things that blacks deal with. And I just thought that it just really meant a lot to me, man. The packaging and everything was dope. I think that the shoe is dope. Has that vintage look, and this was the shoe of the year for me. So I'm gonna end it here, man. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what shoes you would have put as #1. What shoes didn't make the list that you would have liked to see make the list, and just overall what you think of my top 10 pickup list. 2021 was a great year, man. I appreciate all the new followers that I got this year, and I look forward to seeing you guys and sharing more material with you guys in 2022. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end it here. Happy New Year's to everybody. I'll see you guys later, and I really appreciate each and every one of you who tune into my videos, man. It really means a lot. So here you guys go. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, see y'all later. Peace.